Welcome to Financial Health, a 5-minute conversation with Jason Weier of Weier Wealth Management, focusing on your current and future financial goals. This is Financial Health on WOMT.
It's WOMT 1240 AM 1079 FM, and we are streaming WOMTradio.com. Welcome to Financial Health with Weier Wealth Management. And as always, Jason Weier of Weier Wealth Management is here. Jason,
Hey,
how are you?
Who would have thought? Very well. How are you?
I'm doing well as
well.
Stop, man. I catch myself doing that all the time. Jason, so today I want to talk about, so your job is one that you take a lot of pride in.
Where are we going with this one?
You take a lot of pride in your job, Jason.
I'm passionate, yes.
Yes, very, very passionate about it. But I can imagine that there is a lot that goes into it and a lot that the public may misconstrued, or, there may just be some misconceptions about really everything you do, Jason. So I'm talking like advisors, I'm talking planning, I'm talking investments, so what are the big misconceptions that you're seeing with Weier Wealth Management, like currently?
Yeah.
What are the big ones?
That's a great introduction, man. Okay. Let's open up with this. I started in the industry. Do you remember actually when I started in the industry?
Wait.
How many years ago was this?
Was it 17?
Years?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I want to make sure we're talking about years or year 2017 or what. But yes, that is the correct answer.
He started when he was 17 years old.
So back then, the industry was still kind of known as a stockbroker. Maybe the term financial advisor was starting to be used.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But the industry has evolved where when I first, again, started, it was more of buying and selling stocks, commissions, those kinds of words and phrases.
That. Yeah.
Thankfully, the industry, I believe, did a good job of transition into we're retirement planning. We're looking at investment management is discussions, goals, objectives. Yes, of course, investment portfolio construction is important, but maybe a misconception is, what do we do as a job? What's our main role is a common misconception. And we talked about that last time is you don't have to have things in a row in order to see a financial advisor. If you don't even know which way to start, that's maybe a first phone call is to reach out to an advisor.
Exactly. And, I thought about this last week, Jason. It's almost as if financial advisors, like as long as you got a car and you have somewhere you want to go, believe me, financial advisors can give you the directions to get there.
So you are listening to me.
They're not.
GPS is my example that I use.
Is it really?
We need your current GPS location. So that's the discussion we have in my first meeting.
Okay.
I have a new prospective client.
Yeah.
Identify where you are currently. Then we discuss, or you tell me, what's my future look like? What's my destination? My job is to put those two together, those points together.
Wow. Did we just become program hosts?
I heard sounds and music.
I think we did. So, Jason, that's just one of the misconceptions. Yeah. Maybe you got any more? Because I can imagine there's a lot.
Let's maybe start with this one too. Then is moving on to this one is returns. It's hard to get away from them, but I know that returns have always been a focal point of discussions and financial advisors and planning and your portfolio, things like that. I'm not trying to dismiss that, but really the only reason to save is that you can then live on that money later on.
Exactly.
So the discussion that we have in my firm is financial health. We've always talked about that as the health of your finances. Another thing is, why do we save? It's to actually live on money, which is income. So maybe income replacement is a newer phrase we would like to discuss actively with the public or those listeners.
Yeah, no, and it almost seems like the revamp is it brings a lot more comfort to the idea of presenting, again, your entire financial self to somebody asking for help.
Yeah.
And that's great. And I love how you put it that way. And you're right. Returns are obviously going to be front of mind for anybody when it comes to things like this, but they have to have it with the mindset that this is for the future.
It's for the future.
It's for the future. Because you and I both know there are many people that'll say, hey, buy. And then next thing you know, it's, to the moon, but then you have all this and then it crashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Returns, fluctuate, the ebb and flow, if I may, Jason.
So part of that practice that we do with current clients is measuring the success of their retirement plan. Yes, part of that is the returns, but if we're saying you have a 80% likelihood of having a successful retirement plan, are we trying to move that needle higher, right? Is that success rate increasing?
Yeah.
Yes, the returns are a component, are a variable of that, but really we're just measuring that plan, your plan. How likely is it to succeed?
Exactly. And that should be front of mind for everybody, succeeding in that
the reason
plan.
of saving.
Exactly. Jason, awesome information. We got to go. If anybody has any questions, what's a good way to reach out to you in Weier Wealth Management?
Yeah, website has a phenomenal amount of resources, videos and articles and everything about budgeting and planning in the future. So website is WeierWealthManagement.com. Weier is Weier. Wealthmanagement.com. Phone number is 920-242-9470.
Awesome. I'll talk to you next week. It's WOMT.
Securities offered through Advantax Investment Services, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Advantax Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through Advantax Insurance Agency. Views and opinions presented in this podcast are those of Jason Weier and not of Advantax Wealth Management or subsidiaries. Opinions voiced in this material are for general information only, not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. Performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All investing involves risk, including the loss of principal. No strategy assures success or protects against loss. This is a hypothetical example. This is not representative of any specific investment advice. Your results may vary.
Financial Health is heard every Monday at approximately 11:20 with Jason Weier of Weier Wealth Management. Learn more online at WeierWealthManagement.com. You're listening to WOMT Radio, a Seahafer broadcasting station.